y'all my next project and show you how I go about making a design that's already been digitized, that's in a DST format. I'm going to re-digitize it, just trace over the top of it, so to speak, and convert it to something useful for this project. The project is a panel quilt. I have already put together the backing, batting, and the topping. I've basted it together. The center of the quilt has a panel like this one. And I wanted to create a in the hoop quilting pattern, the largest size I can make it with the least amount of hoopings. Using the jacket back hoop that comes with the Avance machine, your sewing field is roughly 14 by 20. And I determined, after laying out my quilt, I determined that I would need to do 3 hoopings across and 3 hoopings down, with a total of 9 hoopings. The measurements for this area is 35 by 43. I divided that by the number of hoopings to get the dimensions of the design. I got this idea from a lady named Christine Connor, and she is from Amelie Scott Designs. I'll post a link below. I ran across her video on YouTube and I purchased her book. And she's come up with a way to make in the hoop quilting designs look like it was done with a long arm machine. And I was pretty intrigued by it, and she's focused these mostly for the single needle home machines, so the smaller hoops, you know, the 5x7s, you know, stuff like that. And on the screen you'll see these are some of the designs that come with the book. And you can go to her website. She's got a whole bunch of expansion packs, any kind of thing you can think of. And I'm going to open up one. And the largest one she provides is a 7.2 by 13.8. And I need it bigger, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to re-digitize this. And it's a very simple design. It's just a running stitch, continuous looking running stitch. We're going to start here and we're going to end here. First thing we're going to do is we're going to go to the embroidery tab, path, and path with running stitch. We are in a curve node. Okay, and we're just going to go around the design. We're going to go back to straight, and we're just going to kind of go around and copy the design. Okay, I'm going to take a minute, go in and readjust the little areas that might need some readjusting and realigning, and we'll show you what we do next. Okay, we've got it all straightened out and I've got it all realigned back again pretty good. And this is our design. I'm going to, at this point, I'm going to go and do the embroidery tab again. I'm going to select my material. Now I'm going through 3 layers, 2 layers of cotton fabric and then 1 layer of the batting. So I'm going to choose something that's kind of thick. I'm going to choose a corduroy because it's kind of thick. We're going to see how that works out on and it'll change some of my, I do have my stitch length set to 3, as you can see here. I'm only doing 1 repetition. I am going to make my entry point here and my exit point over here. And we will go to layout, and again it's 7.236 by 13 tall. I'm also going to rotate this. I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees because that's the way I can orientate myself with a hoop. It'll help me understand which number goes in which. Alright, again, going back to our panel dimensions, we need it to be 14.33 by 11.66. Okay, let's go here and go to layout again. Okay, we're going to make this 14.33, enter, and this is going to be, we have to take this off, there we go, so it'll allow us to change it, 11.66, and then hit enter. That looks a little too distorted to me. I don't like that. So after playing around a little bit with it, I took the design to make it look more symmetrical. Here is the initial design, and instead of doing trying to go this is still 14.33 this way, so we're still going to have the 3. However, instead of 3 hoopings going across, instead of 3 designs going across this way, I narrowed down the design, and it's going to actually appear to have a total of 2, 4, 6 columns going up and down this way. But it's still just going to be 3 hoopings. Okay? What I did was after I finished the design, I took this design, I flipped it horizontally, and I mirrored it. I connected it here. So actually the design is going to go here and end here. This one's going to jump over. We're going to change that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit this, and we're going to right click on it. We're going to hit branch. And it's going to ask you, where do you want to put your start point? We're going to put the start point, since we're going to be doing it that way. We're going to start here, and we're going to end here. Now, this actual design is going to be, whenever I go to hoop this, I'm going to have some guidelines marked on my quilt. I'm going to have the initial design right here. This is going to be that center hoop here. Here's the center of the thing. That right there, that hoop right there is going to be right down the center of that panel. Okay, now that we've got our design all planned out, we are going to do a test stitch out, and I will show you the results. That test stitch out will become our template to correctly place each design and center them horizontally and vertically, connecting to the next one. Alright, stay tuned.